Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
So today we will be taking up the next topic, which is reporting, report writing, how to write a report, etc. This is from the fourth module, last module of the textbook, and it is also a sure question in the paper. It is almost the last question in the question paper. You will get a schedule like this of an activity, and it will be just like a timetable. What we are supposed to do is we have to write it as a paragraph. Okay, what happens at that particular hours, which are indicated in that schedule or in the timetable, has to be expanded and written as a paragraph. So that is what we do in a report. And it is a 5 marks question. So the various times in which each activity happens will be given in the question. For example, in this question, I'll read out that question. The schedule of the daily activity of Mr. Rohit Sharma, the sales manager of Vikram Co. Company, is given below. Study it and write a brief report. So the major thing that we have to remember about writing a report is that it is something that we do. The sentences are written in the past tense because we are reporting something which happened in the past. And we have to expand them into paragraphs. That is the first step that we have to do. This will be just brief phrases which are used here. 9 a.m. updating register, etc. So there should be a beginning and there should be an end. So that when you are reporting, usually we report to our superior officers or your managers, etc. So you begin with a salutation, uh, like hello sir or dear sir or respected sir, etc. So we can use some salutation or like this. So what is that? That is a salutation. So we give salutation. Complete a day's work. You begin like this. Here is my report for the day. And that is how we begin. So these are things which we have to add into the report, and then we start with the time which is given in the schedule. So the first event that happens in this question is 9 a.m. updating register. So we have to identify the verbs in the sentence. Here the verb is updating, and we convert it into the past tense. So that is the first task. We have to change it into the past tense because it is a report. So I change it into updated. So update is the verb, updated is the past tense. So who updated the register? I'm talking about my report. So I updated the register at 9 a.m. So we write it as a full sentence. Nine a.m. So we expanded the short phrase. Exact short phrase. What we have to do is we have to confirm okay. Sentences will join Here is a so verbs in this table. The first verb in this table is updating. Okay, it seems. Is it now okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So here we have identified the verbs in the paragraph. We have to identify the verbs in the paragraph. So I have identified the first verb in the first action. The first action is updating register. So the verb is updating. Like that, can you identify the other? I think I will use a different device. Is this okay now? Can you hear me properly now? Okay. So which are the other verbs in this table? So the first verb is updating. So we change into updated. So there are many other verbs in this uh, table. Can you identify which are those other verbs? Yes, conduct is one word. That is one word. Okay, the next one is, yes, conduct will become conducted. Okay, conduct will become conducted. Then the next, at 11 a.m., what happens? Is presentation. The presentation is the verb. The presentation will become presented. Yes. The next, is at 2 p.m. Again, updating will become updated. Then at 3 p.m. it is conduct. That will become conducted. That's right. Yes. And sends. Sends on at the last. Very good job. It is send. So that is, these are the forms of send. Send, send, send. S-E-N-T and the past tense. Okay. So when you expand it again, so at 9 a.m. I updated the register. Then what do we write? At 10 a.m. a plan review meeting was conducted, or I conducted a plan review meeting. There is no specific format in which we can write. You can write in any format, provided it is in the past tense. So I conducted a plan review meeting with my colleagues. Or you can write it as in this manner also. Okay, a plan review meeting was conducted with my colleagues. So this way also you can write. So now we have written some 3 sentences now. At 9 a.m., I updated the register. At 10 a.m., I conducted a plan review meeting with my colleagues. At 11 a.m., I presented strategies to improve the profit of the company to the salesman. Now, when I write such sentences, what happens? They stand as individual sentences. There should be a flow or a readability in what we write. There is no flow in what we write. They will stand as separate sentences and they cannot be read as a paragraph. What is the identity of a paragraph? A paragraph's identity is the proper flow that it has got. So if there is no proper flow, you cannot read the paragraph. So to connect the paragraph, it is very important to use some connectors. So then the appearance of the paragraph is different. People are able to read and understand it better. And it is totally different from what we see on the schedule or the timetable. So what are the connectors that we can use? For example, the presentation is gone. I think the computer's connections. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
So what we do is we make some further modifications. That is, we add connectors. So what are connectors? Connectors are linkers which help to connect or relate one sentence to the other. So what happens when we use connectors? There is a flow in what we write. So with after the first sentence, what is the first sentence that we said? We hello, madam. Here is my report for this day. After writing this, we use a connector to add the second sentence. So uh, the first connector that we can use is a sequence. Just first at 9 a.m. I updated the register. Okay. So at 9 a.m. I updated the register. Then we use another connector. We use different connectors so that we can avoid repetition. Repetition is as long as possible, we should avoid repetition. But one connector can be used after some time, not consequently, immediately after that. You don't have to use again after that. You can use then, further, etc. Okay. Then at 11 a.m., we had a presentation of, then whatever is there in the sentence can remain there. So then at 11 a.m., we had a presentation of the company. First, after you can use connector if you further. At 2 p.m., I updated the list of customers. So we have used further. So now if you feel that you have exhausted the number of connectors that you have in your mind, you can again use the connector you have used before. So you can now you have used further. So after further, you can again use after that or then. The only thing that we have to note is that the connector that you used immediately before in the previous sentence should not be used. You can use another connector which was used before. So I am going to use after that again here. So after that, at 3 p.m., a meeting of sales supervisors was After that, at 3 p.m., a meeting of sales supervisors was conducted. And then we come to the last activity. And then we come to the last activity in the schedule. So when you talk about the last activity, what connector can we use? Last activity ആണ് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത്. Yes, we can use at last. We can use in the end. We can use finally. ഒരുപാട് കണക്ടേഴ്സ് നമുക്ക് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. യെസ്. സോ ദീസ് ആർ കോൾഡ് സീക്വൻസസ്. കണക്ടേഴ്സ് പലതരത്തിലുള്ളതുണ്ട്. നമ്മൾ ഫസ്റ്റ്, സെക്കൻഡ്, തേർഡ്ലി എന്നൊക്കെ, ലാസ്റ്റ്, ഫൈനലി എന്നൊക്കെ പറയുന്നത്, ദേ ആർ കോൾഡ് സീക്വൻസസ്. സോ വി ക്യാൻ യൂസ് my god, Joffrey has written the entire report. അത് കോപ്പി ചെയ്ത് വെക്കാൻ പറ്റിയ നല്ലതായിരുന്നു. യൂസ് ഇറ്റ് ഫ്രം ചാറ്റ്. Wonderful. Very good. So we can add such things. Today I had a good day in the office. I can uh, add some things to make the report very readable. Okay. Hello sir, good evening. Today I had a good day in office. First I updated the register at 9 a.m. After that, a plan review meeting was conducted with my colleagues at 10 a.m. And we had a presentation of clear strategies to improve the profit of the company to the salesman at 11 a.m. Further, after lunch, I updated the customer files at 2 p.m. After that, I conducted a meeting of sales supervisors at 3 p.m. At last, I sent the daily report to the chief manager at 5 p.m. Okay, and then she concludes, I have updated the work diary in the system for your approval. That's all for the day, sir. Thank you. Oh, I cannot make it any better. This is as good as it can get. Thank you, Joffrey, for that. Very nice. So I think everybody must have followed this. Very nice. Okay, so we can. This is something which everybody can do without much difficulty. You just need to expand these phrases. We have such a similar example in the text also. Textile അങ്ങനെ ഒരു example ഉണ്ട്. I'll tell you the page number. Just page 143. Okay. This is page 100. This is from page 143. Page 143. If you look up this page, you can see this on how this is done. Page 143. So this is one example of a schedule. We have to expand this into a paragraph. So most of the things will be official schedules. So you just need to find out the verb, and then so here reporting is the verb here. Reporting will become reported. So meeting is usually conducted. So I can either say the other meeting for the day എന്നുള്ളത് പല രീതിയിൽ എഴുതാൻ പറ്റും. You can write it in many ways. Meeting for the day. The connection is gone. Meeting for the day can be written in many ways. Okay, we had a meeting for the day in exam, or we can use the past tense form of meet. It's we met for the day in exam. A meeting for the day was conducted All these are possible ways of writing. Only thing is that we have to use the past tense form in one way or the other. ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു രീതിയിൽ past tense form യൂസ് ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ളത് മാത്രം ശ്രദ്ധിക്കാനുള്ളത്. We can use any of these different forms. We had a meeting for the day, we met for the day, or a meeting for the day was conducted. Any of these can be used. Okay, we had a meeting for the day, we met for the day, a meeting for the day was conducted. ഏത് വേണമെങ്കിലും നമുക്ക് യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം. What is the condition? The condition is that we should be using the past tense. So, what should we remember? We should remember that it should be readable. To make it readable, we have to use proper connectives. If we use proper connectives, then our report will be very readable. Then we should use the past tense, and then you have to use something to begin your report, an introduction and a conclusion, so that it looks like a very readable paragraph. So there should be in the beginning, there should be a beginning. So there should be some salutation because you are talking to your superior or someone else who is responsible for the work that you do. So there should be some salutation in the beginning. And in the end, there should be some sort of conclusion so that you say thanks or goodbye to the person to whom you have submitted the report. So these are the things that is there in this report. It is not very complicated, not at all complicated. It is actually very easy. Let us look at the next verbs here. Okay, here we have two things happening at 9:30 a.m. Evaluation of previous day and completion of pending works. So workstation എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മൾ ഇരിക്കുന്ന സ്ഥലത്തിനെയാണ് workstation എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Workstation means that previously it used to be called a cabin. The place where you sit is called a workstation. So at workstation, evaluation of previous day, workstation means cabin, evaluation of previous day was conducted. Or we had an evaluation of previous day. Or we can change the noun evaluation into a verb. We evaluated the work done on the previous day. Why am I giving such different examples? It is to say that there is no only one correct answer. You can have any different types of sentences provided the sentences are grammatically correct. If the sentences are correct language wise, then you can use any different kind of sentences. Evaluation of the work done on the previous day was conducted. This is another way in which you can rewrite the same sentence. Evaluation of the work done on the previous day was conducted. So then we use a connector after that, or then, or further. So after that, I had a meeting with sales representatives. After that, I had a meeting with sales representatives. Can I rewrite it? Yes, I can rewrite it in a different way also. How can I rewrite it? I can write it like this. After that, a meeting was conducted. I can also write a meeting was after that, a meeting was conducted with sales representatives. Here there are two verbs, calling up and collection. So calling up, what will happen to calling up? Calling up will become called up. Collection will become collected. So I can rewrite it as, what connector I can use? Then at 11 a.m. I called up clients and collected orders from them. Okay. Then at 11 a.m. I called up clients and collected orders from them. Here in this activity at 12 noon, again there are two verbs. One is checking, so checking will become checked. Checking will become checked. And follow up. Follow up will become followed up. Okay, follow up will become followed up. So what connector can we use? So we have used then, we have used after that. We can use another connector. We can use later. Okay, later at 12 noon. What do I do at 12 noon? I checked the bank transactions. We checked bank transactions and followed up. And followed upon what? Overdue payment. Overdue payment. I checked the bank transactions and followed up on overdue payment. Now it is obvious that there is a gap. The next activity is at 1:30 p.m. So we can include that after lunch, okay, or post lunch. എപ്പോഴും after lunch തന്നെ പറയണമെന്നില്ല. We can use another term, post lunch means after lunch at 1:30 p.m. What did I do? Preparation of order chart and inventory of. So I preparation, past tense, prepared. I prepared what? Order chart and inventory of items. Okay, so this is something that you can just copy from there. I prepared order chart and inventory of items. Post lunch at 1:30 p.m. I prepared order chart and inventory of items. After that, at 2 p.m., e-filing becomes e-filed. After that, at 2 p.m., orders, you can make it, expand it, orders received during the day were e-filed. and use another connector after that. After that, at 2 p.m., orders received during the day were e-filed. Then what happens at 3 p.m., we can write progress assessment for the day was done. Progress assessment for the day. So it has to be in the past tense. So I add was done by teleconference with sales representatives. Then at 3 p.m., progress assessment for the day was done by teleconference with sales representatives. And you can use connectors like and also. And at 4 p.m., we had what? We had a quality meeting with the production. We had a quality meeting with the production team. In the end, or you can use different conclusions, like I can say I concluded the day. You understand that it is a conclusion. So how did I conclude the day? I concluded the day by updating. So I concluded the day and updated my work diary for the day before leaving office or before I left office. So I concluded the day and updated my work diary for the day before leaving office. So here, this is my report for this day, and I am grateful to you for having given me an opportunity to present it. So that is the way we finish a report. That is the example that you have in the text. There is a space for you to write the text itself, so you can make use of that space. The answer has been begun for you here by saying, hello sir, good evening, here is my report for the day. And then you can write the sentences that we discussed here. As you can see from the question paper, this is a 5 marks question. And you can easily score the entire 5 marks if you have used the past tense, you have used connectors, and you have used full sentences. 3 things that we have to remember is, first thing is that we have to use past tense. Then second thing is that we have to use connectors. And third important thing is that it should be in readable full sentences. All these 3 things are the important things to remember about preparing a report. If you have all these 3 things okay in your sentences in the paragraph that you write, you are likely to get the full marks. You will not be reduced marks for anything else other than this past tense, connectors, and full sentences. Oh, that is about reports. Is it okay? Everyone has understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think then it is over. Anything else? You have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, then we'll conclude. We'll stop for the day. Can enjoy the rest of the time. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.